Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good afternoon everyone. My name is Akmal bin Aznan Shawaluddin and today I will be presenting a review on an exciting shift in modern education, visual reality for practical science laboratory training. Hands-on laboratory training work is the backbone of STEM education. However, providing high-quality physical lab experiences is becoming increasingly difficult for educational institutions worldwide. Today, we will explore how immersive technology is reversing access to hands-on science education, balancing its current strengths against its limitation, and looking forward to where this technology is headed. Let's begin by looking at the core problem. Institutional science labs face four massive hurdles. First is high cost. Buying and maintaining precision equipment, chemical reagents, and daily consumable strength budget. Second is safety risk. Handling hazardous biological agents or volatile chemicals poses genuine dangers to students. Third is limited space and time. Physical labs have rigid scheduling and finite capacities, leaving students with very little individual practice time. Finally, this creates unequal access. Rural and under-resourced schools suffer the most from this shortage, widening the educational gap between urban and remote regions. Now, the traditional physical lab, our conventional approach, relies on real apparatus, specimen, and direct supervision. Its ultimate strength is authentic, tactile, and real-world realism. You cannot easily replicate the exact weight of a beaker or the feedback of a tool, but its glaring weakness is that it simply does not scale because of the high cost, safety hazards, and finite capacities we just discussed. Traditional labs cannot expand to meet the needs of every single student, so it's leaving under-resourced institutions further behind. To address the scaling challenge, we evaluated several technologies, but visual reality emerged as the ideal fit due to the spatial and procedural nature of laboratory work. By using computer-generated environment with visual, auditory, and haptic feedback, VR creates a genuine sense of presence inside a simulated lab. So the data backs this up. A meta-analysis of 37 empirical studies from 2000 until 2022 show a Hg effect size of 0.477. So this represents a moderate, statistically significant positive effect on a student practical skill, with the largest learning gains coming directly from hands-on practice tasks. In literature, we see five main VR techniques applied to lab education. First, desktop VR, which is cheap but offers low immersion since it utilizes a regular screen and mouse. Second is immersive head-mounted display VR using a full 360-degree headset with a hand tracking. This is currently the most effective mainstream option. The third one is haptic-enabled VR, which adds force feedback so you can feel visual objects. Fourth is mixed reality, which overlays digital tools onto a real physical room. And the final one is collaborative multi-user VR, where multiple students log into the exact same visual space to work as a team. When we map these five techniques on the ordinal scale, comparing immersion to relative cost, a clear winner emerged for mainstream deployment. Immersive HMD VR delivers the strongest learning outcomes at only a moderate relative cost. While the desktop VR is cheap, its learning outcomes are weak. Conversely, while haptic and collaborative multi-user add incredible realism, their extreme infrastructure demands and costs make them difficult to scale right now. Therefore, head-mounted display-based VR hits the sweet spot for modern education. So let's take a closer look at head-mounted display VR in action. By tracking a student's head and hands in real time, they can perform complex procedures like pipetting, titration, or operating high-end machinery. For example, when undergraduate biomedical students use Labster head-mounted display simulation for complex PCR and gene expression training, they achieve significantly higher post-simulation test score. Furthermore, 91% of learners agreed with it was an excellent supplement to traditional teaching. The best part, Once the simulation is built, it features a $0 marginal cost to let students repeat the hazardous or expensive procedure as many times as they need to master them. However, we must be realistic about the current limitations. First, hardware costs. Purchasing headset and capable computers remain a steep initial institution barrier. Second is cyber sickness. The sensory conflict between visual movement and physical stillness causes nausea for a subset of users. Third is limited tactile realism. Without expensive add-ons, you don't feel the actual texture of a resistance of a tool. Lastly, there is a training and design burden. Teachers need training to integrate this pedagogically, and poorly designed software risks prioritizing flash spectacles over actual scientific learning. Looking forward, the future of VR labs is incredibly promising. We are moving toward AI adaptive content that automatically adjusts difficulty based on the student life performance. We are also seeing the development of lighter, more affordable haptic devices to close the tactile gap. Crucially, cloud and WebXR delivery will allow heavy VR simulation to stream directly through a standard web browser, drastically lowering hardware costs. Finally, future longitudinal studies will continue to track exactly how effectively these visual skills transfer to real-world benches over a long period. To conclude all the stuff together, virtual reality is a complement, not an absolute replacement for physical labs. It is a powerful tool to extend high-quality, safe, and cost-effective practical training wherever physical resources fall short. Immersive head-mounted display (VR) currently provides the best balancing of learning outcome and cost, and its future will only grow brighter with AI and cloud integration. Thank you for your time. That's all from me, and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.